So what would you get if you took a professional Terraria mod developer and a professional Terraria builder with over 2,000 hours in the game and had them come together to make a map? Well, you get this. Ultimate Skyblock, a beautiful yet terrifying challenge. You start thousands of blocks in the air surrounded by nothing but void, your objective being to expand out past the void to other distant islands. These islands are great because they have the loot you need to progress forward, but they also come with new enemies. What the frick? These enemies make progressing a lot harder, and even terrifying at some points. Throughout this run, you're going to see that things can go wrong pretty quickly when you're up in the sky. Well, he can fly in Skyblock? And from having very limited ways of gearing up in this challenge, I'd have to use everything around me to its fullest potential and get pretty creative. Alright, for the first couple of minutes, my mic audio didn't record, so it's just going to be narration. Basically, I spawned into Skyblock, and I'm like, damn, this looks good. And I see I have a book, but we're not going to bother reading that. I opened a starter chest and get a bucket of lava and water and some bombs, but then I realized I already had a cobblestone generator. I'm very glad Tommy Tsunami just added one himself, because if I had to make this thing, I'd probably mess it up somehow. I mean, already like 5 seconds in, I got trapped on this small little part of the island. Anyways, I thought the first thing I should probably do is get the tree on my island, because there was only one. And then I noticed I had dirt bombs, so I threw those down to get the extra dirt. Meanwhile, the guy had offed himself. Dude, stuff like this always happens to me. But actually, because I built away from my island, mobs started spawning on the other side and coming towards me. And for the majority of this day, I was basically getting terrorized. I'm playing this on master mode, so even like small slimes are pretty strong. And there was living tree people. During all this chaos though, I checked my map and I saw there were other islands marked on the map. If we want to expand out from this island, we're going to need as many blocks as possible. So for the upcoming night, I decided to farm stone the entire night so I'd have enough to actually branch over to the new islands. While farming the cobblestone though, I accidentally broke the generator. Luckily, they did give us spare water buckets and stuff, so I fixed it, but not before duplicating the water bucket up I had. Because if we broke this thing again, I think I would lose the challenge basically instantly. Alright, so now we had plenty of stone blocks to actually branch out to other islands. I went left in the direction of the jungle island because on the right there was the hollow island, and I don't think we're really ready for that. Coming across an island on the way with the chest in it, I opened it and I got Jack. So I blew up this island and replaced it with NPC housing, hoping to get people like the merchant or the demolitionist. Then continued on building towards the jungle, and when I got there I decided to drop down safely. Looks like we got a little unlucky because my jungle island was split in half to some messed up terrain generation. But I did notice there was some good loot here. So I went back almost dying again to the same way. But I caught myself and collected up the loot. I got 2 heart crystals, feral claws, flower boots, and even a jungle fishing rod. That would be very useful later. And then on the right side, I got my first good weapon, the enchanted boomerang. And with that, I can throw away the stupid spear I got, and I can start actually being able to kill some enemies, hopefully. It's also important to note that the jungle chest was on this island. I can't open that yet, but that will be useful later, so I need to remember that. So earlier I learned that not all islands are marked in my map, and it kind of made me wonder if maybe there was a mining island. So I wrote myself down, and I threw a torch. But if there is a mining island, it ain't here, so I went back up. I branched out right where I'd find another one of these islands, decided to jump onto it. The island had nothing but a spear once again, like the other one, so I blew most of it up and turned it into NPC houses. Before going home and realizing I didn't have much wood, so I made a tree farm. I used the dirt I got from dirt bombs and a few grass seeds I had left over from the starting chest to make an area where I could grow some trees at my spawn base. And then I decided to take a visit to the guide. Like ever since he died in the beginning, he respawned in some random floating area. So I built over to him and he was cooking. He was chilling, dude. I'm starting to think this dude purposely killed himself just to get a new house. I mean, his place was nice, I'm not even gonna lie. Or should I say, my place. Because I robbed the fool, got a heart crystal, opened his chest, looted it. Inside I got an extractinator, which made me think there has to be some sort of mining island. Because this thing requires slush and silt, and I mean, where else would I get that? So I jumped off with cobwebs in hand, ready to save my fall. And there was an island. Wasn't a mining island, but we got a mace, so that was cool. Then I did it again, and I was falling for quite a while. Until I found a hell island. There wasn't much I could do here. I couldn't open a shadow chest yet. So I just robbed the place of its furniture before a demon ended up killing me and sending me home. Alright, so y'all think you can just not tell me that my mic wasn't recording? Y'all some fake fans for real. Alright, so it's about time to go exploring some more islands. I mean, I desperately need some armor, first of all. Nighttime is a huge problem for me right now. And I'm not going to find any of that stuff just sitting here at home. So during the night, I farmed up a bunch of stone so I could go out to find more islands. When I was done, I left my hole and struggled to survive. No! Come on. But then I started heading right because of the crimson and snow biomes over there. And I figured they'd have the best loot. Oh, we already got another island. Yo, Shimmer. Hold up. What do we got here? Yeah, the loot on these islands weren't really the best. And not only was the loot bad, but there was also like traps set up on the island. Another life crystal. Oh, what? I'm dumb. Or maybe I'm just dumb, but they got me killed anyways. Oh, that kills me. When I tried going back out exploring, a slime rain happened. And in master mode, a whole bunch of slimes early game is actually a big problem. Yo, I'm getting bullied, bro. So I was basically trapped in the guide's house the entire day, until eventually the guide and me died. These aren't slimes. I also did not kill King Slime. Please, 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 please! Not a chance. After another painful night of doing absolutely nothing but mining stone, I went to set back out to get some good loot and hopefully find something other than a glow stick in a chest. Very quickly I got an upgrade to my boomerang, found a castle even. Hey, look at this place, bro. Got items like the blizzard in a bottle and snowball gun. Making sure to collect all heart crystals on the islands that I passed. Oh, Sorry. Taking a trip back to my jungle island to mine some of these gems up. I wasn't sure if these were just for decoration or purposely placed here for me to collect. But either way, I took advantage of them. Bam! No more falling off islands anymore. With this gear I had now, I felt pretty confident I could take out some bosses. Only problem is we still had no armor at all. So what I was really looking for right now was some sort of mining island. This entire time I've been pretty schizophrenic about a mining island. Maybe there was a mining island. Please be a mining island. A mining island. Where's the mining island? I think I probably saw something in like a trailer or something because I was so confident that there was a mining island somewhere out there. So after exploring the Crimson Islands, I jumped off the map to try to find this mining island. I did this multiple times and I found absolutely nothing. I even checked the area of my map where the Plantera bulb was, but still no mining island. Oh, I was starting to think the devs expected me to just fish up all my armor. Until I finally went to explore the left side of the world. Ooh, Anchor to the Wind. Finally a good item. Oh, this looks like some sort of mining area if I've ever seen one. Upon opening this chest, I found 3 unique items. What the heck? And before I could really read any of them, I just shook one of the lanterns. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. And it teleported me to a mining island. Oh, hey. When I was here, I saw I had bombs, so I started blowing this place up. And just like I thought, there was ores. Gold. Yes. Surprisingly, there was also big open caves in this place, which is something I didn't really expect. I went back home to make a golden helmet and then buy a bunch of bombs and dynamite. Then I returned to focus on mainly just getting gold so I can make a full set of armor. This place also had underground houses with loot in them, and I did happen to blow myself up a bit. Ow! Don't fall! Oh my. But other than me killing myself, there really wasn't any real danger in this place. Or so I thought. I looked back in that one chest and I saw that there was a key, which made me think there has to be something more to this place. And as I went lower and lower, that's exactly what I found. I'm not sure. What is that? And there's a demon in here. What the hell am I looking at? What am I looking at? Is that part of the Skyblock mod? Dude, no, bro. Dude, what the hell are those things, bro? And why are they sitting there? Bro, just look at him standing there.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
Don't die, don't die, don't die. Hey, better to go out by him than these things. Yeah, I had no idea what these things were or what they were guarding, but for now I chose to avoid them. However, I did notice there was hard mode ores down there, which means we have to go back at some point, so I can't stay safe for long. I don't even know how fighting bosses in the sky is really gonna work. It shouldn't affect the fight too much, I don't think, unless I'm literally falling off. I think these fights are gonna go well.
Wrong.
So with the arena in place and now that we had gold armor, we were ready to start fighting some bosses. The first one I was gonna fight is King Slime, so I collected rubies and gold back down in the underground area. Luckily, didn't see any of those monsters again. I had to run to the edge of the world though, so I could actually get to a crimson altar and make this summon. When I did, I also farmed up for vertebrae while I was there, until a blood moon happened. Oh, blood moon? Oh, I killed myself, and I was sent home. This wasn't terrible, because I also needed islands for the Cthulhu, so I took advantage of this blood moon. Well, I tried at least, but I died a lot. Please! And I mean a lot. I still kind of don't have a shelter at this point, so, you know. But once it became morning, I was ready to fight King Slime. Let's go. I'm gonna get my vengeance. Wait, King Slime is no longer after you. Why? Oh, did he fall off the map and then despawn?
Yeah.
That's a big problem. To fix it though, I just made a protective layer at the bottom. Protection saves all. Then we fought him again. Come on, big belly boy. This fight already was going a lot better than the last one. He wasn't falling off. We had solved that issue, but there were a lot of mob spawns still, which were catching me off guard. And wolves, as well as King Slime's weird maneuvers. So the fight was really close, but we died. No! Twice. I'm gonna leave the game. Why, dude? And to add to our suffering, he actually despawned the next 2 times I fought him. I took a break and went out exploring when the Eye of Cthulhu started spawning. Oh, the Eye of Cthulhu is spawning naturally. So I rushed back to my base where I'd fight him. Nice sip of coffee before he spawns.
What?
And unlike King Slime, this boss was a lot easier. I never thought I'd say it, but yeah. Boomerangs being our only option kind of made this fight a little annoying because I kept missing. I think my boomerang's scared to fight, bro, because he's just running away. But other than that, the fight went easy. There we go. And then I went exploring. There's a chest here. Pharaoh's robe. Oh, you know what? The feral robe shimmers into the sand bottle, doesn't it? Yes, the magic carpet even. Honestly, I gotta go with the magic carpet. Now, one cool thing about this mod pack that you can now do is you can take your boss relic, combine it with the heart crystal, and make an extra accessory slot, which just makes every boss fight more worth it. So I fight King Slime again, and it really can't go wrong this time. I have 4 movement accessories on. There we go. Woo! Finally! Make a King Slime artifact. Boom. I put on a shackle to fill my empty accessory slot, and then came up with a plan for the brain fight. Alright, before any attempts on the brain, I want to upgrade my weapon. So right now, I'm going to go to where the mushroom biome is, and try to get a shoomerang, or whatever it's called, because if I combine it with the 2 boomerangs I have, I can make a very good weapon. So I found the mushroom biome, and what I did is I built below the biome, so that I could go to the cave layer where bats spawn, because they drop the shoomerang. While I was down there though, a new mob spawned. Whoa! Hold up, blocks are coming out. And this guy was so goofy, like, and beefy. This guy really wasn't all that good even, he just kind of looks intimidating, because I just kind of smacked him up. But about 3 bats in, and we got the weapon, which is pretty good considering this thing on average takes about 40 bats to get. Take all 3 of those, and make the trimarang. I've never had this item before. I think it throws 2. 3? I mean, that makes sense, but damn. I think we're ready for this brain fight.
Wrong.
So I head over to the Crimson with this new weapon. And by the way, this place was completely detailed with the most beautiful, astonishing decorations. Is that an altar, bro? There's literally a sacrificial altar here, dude. With like butt cheeks, bro. But when I was here, I didn't notice that there was like a boss island. I was kind of confused how I was supposed to spawn this dude. But at one point I built up and I actually found giant circles in the air with the hearts in them. As well as some meteor islands just right to the right. Oh, there's a meteorite island. Yo, we really have not explored the sky like at all. Dude, there's balls all across the top of the map. But what I did is I set up an arena and started blowing these things up. I got a rain cloud from one of these orbs, which was really good. Then I threw a bomb on my last one and ran to my arena, where I'd fight this dude for the first time. Okay, he's here, he's here. Now, because the Crimson Island isn't all that big, I had to stay pretty close to the center of my arena, or I'd get too far from the Crimson biome and the brain would try to run away, because you can only fight him when you're in the Crimson. I take out his first phase with the Trimarang fairly easy, and then he switches to a second phase where I definitely had some struggle. Why is he not taking knockback? Why is he not taking knockback? And I end up getting shit on. Really? Now, I might have lost because I suck, but the reason I thought I lost was because I didn't have enough horizontal speed. So what I end up doing is I take my jungle fishing rod I got earlier and all the bait I end up collecting from like crates and chests. I set up a nice little area I could fish above my base. I'm soaking in liquid. And I start fishing. My objective was to get the sailfish boots, which are just Hermes boots, but fishy. And after not too long, we get it. Hey, there we go. Also found an Abigail's flower right below my base at this point, which is a nice little summon that'll help me for extra damage. And with these new things, I try the fight again. Why do I not know this dude's attack patterns? Dash and jump, that's the key. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I just hope I don't die. I'm just pulling this all on my ass. I ended up dying this fight. Dude! But I fight him right after, a little bit more focused up, and we get the job done. Yes! I was like 2 HP. There we go. Brain of Cthulhu artifact. I might as well wear that. With the drops from the Brain of Cthulhu, I'm able to use them to make a pickaxe, which I take over to the Meatball Islands, the Meteor Islands, and I basically vein mine all 3 of these islands up. Get him, Jerry! With the Meteorite bars, I switch my main weapon from the Boomerang to the Space Gun, then also switch to the full Meteorite setup, before a Goblin Army arrived. Wait, they're already here? Now, in this mod pack, there is a new enemy added to the event, as you might see. And what these guys do is they basically just throw bombs at you, kind of like the balloons from Clash of Clans. They aren't particularly fast or anything, because it's kind of hard for them to catch up to you. But the annoying part about these guys is they have 900 HP, and even if you break the balloon, the dude just falls right out. So you have to kill 2 enemies with a bunch of HP. And meanwhile, you're being shot by other goblins and having goblin sorcerers teleport on you. You know, these guys can be a bit annoying. Oh, I actually died to one of those bombs. Funny enough, when I broke one of their balloons, they actually dropped a bomb bag. And basically, it's just an infinite amount of bombs stored in one item, which is pretty useful. Oh, another one. So the only way I was going to beat this event in a timely manner was to use my lava pit I made earlier. I never showed it, but I spawned with 2 buckets of lava, of course. And I ended up using one for the cobblestone generator, one for this little pit. Great, we got another goonie by lava pit. Because the lava does way more damage than my space gun, I was hoping this could kind of help me. But of course, now we have to deal with the dudes in the air. Oh my gosh. Which made this a little difficult. When that kind of failed, I also tried hiding under an island. If I do this, I'll fall off the map, but that does not make the event go any further. Oh, didn't work. There was even a point where I went too high up and only balloons started spawning. They're coming through my pool, which was funny. Why is there that many? Is that necessary? But after about a nice 10 minutes of fighting these guys, we eventually cleared enough of them out for the event to end, and I moved on. Alright guys, I'm currently underground, the place I said I didn't want to go, because Skeletron's our next boss, and I never found an island for Skeletron. Oh, There's people. So I feel like he has to be down here. I brought my deep stone keys. But I'm just gonna keep going lower, hopefully find something I could use the keys on, and find the dungeon. So without any real direction of where to go, I just kind of went around aimlessly looking for some sort of structure. I guess I'll just mine in this direction. There's a house. Yeah, definitely got some sort of dungeon here. But it wasn't without some friends, you could say. Oh my gosh. So far, I've not seen that those things move. They might not even have AI, or they move when they see you. That's what I'm worried about. I went around looting the house for anything I could find. There's mostly just pots in there, but I got some crates and also found 2 deep stone chests, none of which had any great items in them. Metal detector? Afterwards, I left the dungeon and I ended up doing something I shouldn't have done. Oh! But I tested out these guys are actually what they look like. The fuck? He froze me! It gave me a frozen and fear buff, and that was so accurate, bro, because that scared the shit out of me. Bro, it's like late right now. Bro, dude, why, bro? I'm like depressed now. While continuing my search for the dungeon, I find 2 more of these things. I'm killing it. One which I trap in a hole, and the other one I come across by accident. Oh! Dude, luckily when he froze me, my brain in confusion had hit him, so he started walking backwards. But once I wore off and he was coming towards me, I left the game. Yeah, there was no way I'm facing him. Dude, you know what would have happened to me if I stayed? I don't want to find out. Later, I'd realized that the dungeon wasn't even underground either. It was actually to the right side of my world on a crimson island. Oh my goodness. And the dungeon actually looks like a castle now, which I thought was pretty cool. It's like properly 3D now. And kind of just for fun, to test my strength, I spawned Skeletron just right there in the spot. No arena, no buffs, and it went basically how I expected it to. That's what Skeletron is actually hard. To defeat him though, I had a plan. I went ahead and I clicked it up the Goblin underground. But then I made a house, put that dude in it. I bought the rocket boots in Tinker's workshop, and then combined a lot of my accessories up to like open up new spaces and stuff. I also reforged all my accessories at least once just to get a random modifier. You know, it adds up when you have like 10 accessories. And after that, I had one more idea of gearing up, but it's a little bit more difficult. Up top in the sky, I noticed that there's an island with a beehive in it. Now, if we break that, of course, Queen Bee spawns, and if we kill her, we get a relic, aka another accessory slot. It's just a small problem that the queen bee actually gets enraged when she's not in the jungle biome. So we gotta spawn this girl and then go all the way down underground before we can even start the fight. I accidentally break the larva with my Star Fury. Wait, I then immediately jump down and start falling. I open my map to try to see where I'm going. Luckily, the player's falling speed is just slightly enough to outrun her. And eventually we're good to go, so I just start the fight. Pretty basic, simple fight. The rocket boot magic carpet combo really carried me in this fight. Hey, the magic carpet was actually a great choice, so it's been carrying me. Bro, where am I aiming? Thank you. I use a relic to make my artifact, pop it, and then head to the dungeon. While I was here, I started blowing this place up, of course, to set up an arena. When I realized that the dungeon's supposed to have an actual dungeon, so I was like, and I saw this giant door, right? So I click it, and I get murdered. Why did they let you go through the door if you haven't beat him yet? Oh, that's a golem. But dude, I just clicked on the door to see, like, if it was a door. I didn't know it was a door, and then it teleported me and killed me. Oh, I respawn here. I'm gonna have to have a word with the mod developer. Oh. Alright guys, I do want to take a break from the whole progression thing for now. And I want to work on my base. Like, let's just take a look at my base right now. This is not really the best. I mean, we got this floating water tank up here. Looks okay. But then we got this long, ugly type of tree farm. Graves everywhere. There's like no border between my base and my arena. It's just all kind of jumbled together. So I actually want to take the time to make this all look good and separate each part of my base so I can actually look back in this world and have something to look at and feel good about. Because right now it ain't here. Alright, I finished it, I think. And here it is. Alright, it looks a little interesting, you could say. But basically, I tried to go for like, I don't know, maybe like a cyberpunk industrial type of thing where it just looks like there's like machines everywhere. It's all metally. I was thinking, you know, like the more detail, the better. So that's kind of what I went for. As you can see, we got some like electric thing over there. We got a tub, got multiple chimneys. That's supposed to be like a pipe, and you can see like the pipe traveling through my base. You know, you got all your little gadgets here. Got some storage. Got this little cooking area. You got some spare lava, the garbage, all that. This thing over here is supposed to be like a sign, kind of. It was really hard to get like color in the base, so that's that. And it's really dark in here. As you might notice, is it supposed to be? Yeah. Right now the arena though is just like the same, so I think I want to do that next and actually make this look a little bit better maybe. All right, basically just added some like power line strip pole looking oh, not strip pole, wait, what am I saying? We got a power line and we got like, I don't know, just some grass, you know, made it look a little bit better. All right, now we're going to fight Skeletron, and it's kind of funny, something almost goes extremely wrong right away. To spawn Skeletron in, of course, you need the old man, and this dude nearly just walks right off the map, bro. He gets like a sliver away. Dude, the old man can't die. Wait, I need to fight him. But I do box him right up, and we solved that problem. Bro, this guy's an idiot. But after that, I spawned Skeletron in, and I decided to use my space gun for this fight. We do have a few options. With all the movement accessories I have, dodging this dude was very easy in his first stage. I think it's like a minute in, and I still have not gotten hit. But his second stage in Master Mode is a big problem for me. Luckily for me, though, I have a trick up my sleeve. All right, I'm doing something a little... Oh! All right, don't mind what I'm doing, guys. I have a strategy, that, and we'll need this. We'll need this. Dude, he's actually hitting me, though. What did I expect? All right, that's probably good enough. I finished breaking Skeletron's hands, and he goes into a second phase where he's no longer able to hit me. If you didn't know, Skeletron actually needs a direct line of sight to shoot his skulls. And by hiding behind this dirt, he can't see me, so he can't shoot. I can use my Star Fury to hit him through the blocks, and the fight is basically over. And if you're wondering when I got this Star Fury, it was during the Goblin invasion. I got pretty creative, and I used like my slime mount to jump on the balloons until they took me up to a skyland. So yeah, Star Fury. Somehow he does kill me still though. That was unfortunate. But the next night we tried again and I found out I could hit him 13 times about before he starts spinning. I got pretty exact with my strategy here and before long we beat him. The dungeon, a place I probably spent way too much time in, mostly just collecting little stuff like paintings for some reason. I mean, hey, some of these paintings, let me tell you. Like, but anyways, this place was basically just a whole death trap. Oh my gosh, oh my, come on. Come on. While here, I was after the Cobalt Shield and the Shadow Key. You know, pretty standard items in progression. But I had a really hard time just getting anywhere in here. I come across new species of eyeball and once again more of those giant skeletons who ended up being surprisingly troublesome. He's literally putting his hands up like a volleyball player, bro. Like trying to block me from jumping over him too. This is insane. And throughout this whole time, I did not get a single Cobalt Shield. Another yo-yo? You know, as if I didn't suffer enough already. All right, yeah, just send me back, bro. Yeah, okay. I am able to use the shadow key I got though to open hell chests, and there was tons of these things, like literally just one magic carpet away from each other. So I got all those up. I'm just getting all these chests. And below the hell islands actually, there was these circles with hellstone in them, which I didn't know about until now. I kind of just assumed there wasn't any hellstone, but I mined those up as well, until I ran into a pretty big problem. A singular piece of obsidian. The recipe for hellstone actually requires obsidian, which we don't really have in Skyblock. It's like a rare commodity around these parts. This one obsidian I had was only from when I broke the cobblestone generator. Other than that, I didn't have any. At first, I made a whole bunch of buckets and started cherry picking lava on these underground islands, but this was very slow and pretty brutal. What is killing me? I eventually realized when you mine hellstone, it turns into lava, which was an easy way to get lava buckets, so that solved my problem. But I still had to go up to Skylands to actually dump this stuff into water and turn it into obsidian, which got me killed. But anyways, now we're ready to fight the wall flesh. I start by dropping Connor into lava. Just kidding, I accidentally dropped him into the void without realizing. Oh, there wasn't lava down there. Whoopsie. My bad, Connor. Right, he's dying. I need to get in position. Get in position! And now for this fight, I didn't actually make a hell bridge. The plan was just to fly around with the feather falling potion using my magic carpet to go from island to island, get to the next island, kind of like surf them as I go. And the strategy was working pretty good. I just had to avoid the lasers, which is easy with the fast fall mechanic. However, I overlooked something very important, my ability to actually hit shots. I wasn't really aiming much, and I ended up running out of ammo actually. Guys, I think we're cooked. I ran out of arrows. Do these chests have arrows? What? And at that point, there's really nothing else to do but die. Do you want me to use a Star Fury? Refilling my arrows though, I go back into this fight. Everything goes pretty much the same. It was going great. There was one point where he got kind of grabby with me. Like, I guess I went too high up. But the fight goes decent and we ended up taking him out, putting us into hard mode. Alright guys, now that we beat the wall of flesh, I kind of want to talk about what we're after in this challenge. You know, the actual goal for the video. I know a lot of you just assume that we're after the Moon Lord, like that's our goal, we're going to beat him and then beat this challenge. But we actually aren't going to be beating Moon Lord. We're going to be beating a dragon to complete this challenge. Which I know it's weird. It's like, why would I do that? I feel like the whole Moon Lord thing is kind of very overdone. You know, every single Terraria video is just like, oh, I'm going to beat Moon Lord, I'm going to beat Moon Lord. It's just the same fight over and over and over again. So I wanted to do something kind of different and I decided to just go for a dragon because, you know, it's like a winged beast, giant winged beast. We're in the sky. Kind of makes sense, I guess. And it's also very hard. If you don't know what the dragon I'm talking about is, I'm talking about Betsy, okay? Which is the final boss of the Old One's army, and is unlocked after beating Golem. So we still have to get very far and prepare for this dude. But yeah, with that out of the way, I think we can go back and start preparing for this boss. Alright, so I kind of have a predicament here. How does one gear up while in the sky without many ways of actually like getting resources? While in hard mode. I'm not sure. Dryad, you got any ideas? I mean, I'm starting to get an idea.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket.
The first thing I thought of was to go get the Amrock Yo-Yo, just from mobs in the snow biome. When I went there though, I was introduced to a new mob. Oh, what the frick is that, bro? Dude, there's a mammoth, bro. Oh, he's kind of trapped. What items do you drop, buddy? After brutally killing that mammoth though and hearing it scream, I got its tusk, which I took to the guide, and it turns out I could actually make a shield with this. So I spent the next few days actually trapping mammoths and killing them. Sounds delightful. And then went to make this beautiful accessory, and I tested it on a new mob I found. I mean, it looks cool, but it's just like a normal I get through this shield. Nothing too crazy. I then go to mine up some ore so I can actually get some better armor. I get a cobalt pickaxe, then go to mine mythril, and I can't mine it. Am I like bad at Terraria? Now, I wasn't sure if I was stupid or if that was a glitch, but I kind of let the game gaslight me into thinking I was an idiot, and I was like looking on the wiki to see how do you mine mythril. I mean, they got me thinking I had to use a drill or something. Wait, what is going on? I mean, I was getting gaslit hard, guys. Oh my gosh. Now, I could have just cheated mithril in, but I decided not to. Because I couldn't mine mithril, I decided just to go for cobalt armor and cobalt gear. It is a slight downgrade, but it wasn't a big deal. Yeah, I was like really dumb. I then go underground and start making a farm, so I could hopefully farm up some underground enemies and get a better weapon. Yo, they're already spawning in here. I had to build this quick, bro, before they like start killing me. Now, this little puny arena needed many upgrades that I needed to make while the mobs were spawning on me. So I died quite a bit. Wait, how am I dying? Bro. Oh, the wizard's here, bro. I mean, I should go get him. Oh, but we get the farm pretty good, and then I basically just have to go AFK now. There were multiple mimics spawning, which gave me good accessory drops. The two best weapons I got from this were the marrow and then the beam sword. Oh, it's a beam sword. That's kind of like good, right? Neither are the best weapons in the world, but these are the weapons we have to use to beat the mech bosses. Because I AFK'd here for like 30 minutes, and this is all we got. Before I fight my first mech boss though, I did want to fight the Old One's army and just test out a few things, which meant I had to free up NPC housing.
Help me!
So I spawned the event and start testing ways I could cheese it. Okay, so they're falling off the map now. What is gonna happen? Do they float back up? Oh, they're floating back up. I thought so, but what if like the whole ground was gone though? Would they just keep floating, or? These things can't even kill a slime, bro. This is ridiculous. So it turns out the beam sword is actually a pretty good weapon versus this version of the Old One's army, because I mostly just kind of wiped the floor with these guys. Of course, the invasion will get progressively harder as I beat more bosses and stuff, but for now it really wasn't a problem. I even killed the mage, and then spawned it again and continued on testing. The conclusions to my research was that you can't really cheese this event, to my knowledge. Whoa, they float right over. So if the game knows you're cheating, it just makes you lose, basically. The game can see through your tricks, so oh well. Now that we got some of that testing out of the way though, it was time to fight our first mech boss, the Destroyer. And apparently this guy just has some weird AI when you spawn him in the sky, because this dude was just straight up flying beneath my arena. Wait, he can fly in Skyblock? What is happening, bro? What is happening? I did end up solving that problem though. Yes, higher. Yes, okay. We just gotta stay high up. I'm gonna fight him. And eventually using this mechanic to my advantage, actually. But not during this fight. This fight goes horribly wrong. This might be it for me, dude. Anyways, the next attempt, I decided to take advantage of this mechanic, as I said. And every time I got low, I decided to just go to the bottom of my arena, where the Destroyer would then fly off. This way I could avoid him fighting me and just have a free time to heal back up. Another important thing I did for this fight, though, is I went and farmed out for the Nimbus Rod, which I got during a rainstorm. And that was the thing doing the most damage for me in this fight. And eventually, after some poorly executed nurse heals and some elbow grease, and we take this dude out. There we go. And then fight him again, immediately after. So what I did is I made a hollowed spear, and this thing was actually pretty good versus the Destroyer. Oh my goodness. We beat him again, and then I used all the hollowed bars to make myself a full set of hollowed armor. And another hollowed weapon, the Jousting Lance. I know, kind of a weird choice, but this thing ends up being pretty good. With hollowed gear, we're now ready to fight the twins. And for this fight, I had a strategy that was only going to work because we were in Skyblock. Matter of fact, I wasn't even sure if it was going to work because it's never been done. To get this item, I crossed the 7 seas of straight air to discover every mob I could to get my bestiary to 35%, which is the requirements to unlock this item. Now, I explored basically everywhere. I even created new biomes, found weird corally mobs, found mushrooms that were trying to kill me, and still the bestiary was not full enough. While exploring though, I did come across a map. Oh, a pirate map. We could actually use that. These pirates would pillage, ransack, and murder me, but while they do, I would discover them and I would unlock them in my bestiary. Bro, this parrot's cheating. Damn. And you know what I just said earlier about sailing the 7 seas? Well, I actually kind of did do that. Because there's no air blocks, I could just ride this ship infinitely throughout my world. I'm gonna keep dashing. Oh, he got stuck. That would have been actually so sick, though. After some final mob discoveries, I head back and I buy the item I needed, which was the mole minecart. All right, so now if we get on here, we have a minecart that builds for us now. My idea is just to fight the boss while this builds the minecart for me. I just don't know if it's gonna be fast enough. That's the thing. What I wanted was the minecart track to actually build itself while I was in the fight, but there was no way I could do that. But I thought, hey, at least I could just AFK and it'll build the track I need for me anyways. That also didn't work. I had to hold my D key to move right this entire time. I mean, this thing is basically practically useless. Anyways, I start the twin fight and I use this minecart track to fight them. This is working. Oh no. And while doing so, this actually looks sick as hell. He's actually the only source of light I have during this fight. Kind of goofy. Something about half the screen being underground and the other half being trees was just really cool. This fight was basically projectile dodging simulator for most of it. Woo! And also try not to get the boss to despawn simulator. What? During this fight, I was forced off the minecart track multiple times. Nah, this is bogus, bro. This is actual bogus. Why did that happen? It gets me killed once, but the second time I'm actually able to kind of hold my own for a bit until I eventually miss my grappling hook and start falling out of the air. Oh, shoot. And I actually killed him while in hell. Hey, okay. Thank you. I use the statues I've been collecting to increase my accessory slots and fill them with random items. And then I go right into the Skeletron fight. How all like 25 accessories weren't weighing me down in this fight, I'm not really sure. During this fight, I was also reminded that I still don't have wings yet. Yo, he seems a little quicker than normal, no? I don't really got room to fight him. Bro, what am I doing? Regardless, I am able to beat Skeletron Prime. And by taking him out, we now unlock a new item, the mechanical minecart. And I plan to use this thing in a pretty unique way. First things first, I just went to test my weapons on the Old One's army again because it's now gotten an upgrade. And I gotta say, I don't really remember the Old One's army being like this. These guys got some disgusting noises, I'm not gonna lie. Gross. You hear that shit? Sounds like he's getting off to it, bro. What? Seems like they might have added a couple new features. Anyways, yeah, my weapons were definitely not good enough for this event anymore. But that's where the minecart comes in, because I could just set up rails, and then the minecart actually damages enemies as I drive by, and lasers them down, which I didn't even know. There's just a small, teensy-weensy problem with the strategy. We die, of course. Yep. So that's why I ended up upgrading all my accessories to warding. Well, most of them anyways, because this goblin dude he's a scammer. Also to prepare, I switched to chlorophyte armor, which I just mined the chlorophyte from the jungle, of course. And this little floating meatball, and then also around the Plantera arena. Got some more chlorophyte. Then I tried the fight again. So far, we've not really gone below near 100 HP. So it's looking good. Also, the minecart pushes back the enemies, so that's like, it slows them down. That's actually perfect. Another bomb dude. Alright, wave 3. Going pretty good here. Completed. Health is looking good, but will they destroy the crystal? I'm not sure. Hopefully not. Dragon has to go. Ooh, explosive guys do a lot of damage. Oh, bro, dragon. There's like dinosaur dragons, dude. Wave complete. Wave complete. Get out. Alright, so just about barely survived that. I'd say we're guaranteed death here. Oh, now they got kamikaze freaking planes, bro. Get on the minecart. Alright, defense was great, but we didn't beat the thing. We lost. So what I got out of this test run is that our defense is good, but our attack power, not so much. Not to worry though, we can just beat Plantera for a better weapon. Once I get a weapon to beat her, that is. Alright guys, right now what I'm doing is just making a little pool here in the ocean biome. Because I want to get the mini shark, but that requires shark fins. And currently we don't have any way of spawning sharks. So I'm gonna just like make a little pool here and see what happens if like sharks are gonna spawn. So I kept spam checking for about 10 minutes and we got absolutely nothing at first. I modified the pool to make it a little bit bigger though, and then broke the terrain and surrounding area to get the spawns up. And eventually we got one. Hey, wait, what the hell?
I'm dying. Help me.
I did this for another 10 minutes and then made the mega shark with the fins. And this weapon right here should be enough to kill Plantera, so that's what I went to go do. Still at this point, I didn't have any wings. I kind of didn't need them. I forgot about them. Our build is extremely tanky. We have, I think, 148 defense from the warding and all their accessories. And Plantera really isn't much of a problem other than her spiky balls in her first phase. All right, it's not looking too spectacular. Once she pops into her second phase, it's mostly just simple dodging. Honestly, the fight was probably a little too easy. Bum, boo-doo-doo-doo. Even at the end of the fight, I just stood my ground and let her bite me because we have 150 defense, by the way. We all know Plantera doesn't actually drop anything useful though, so I have to go to the dungeon, the hard mode dungeon now, and collect the weapon for the old one's army. He can throw through walls. Why did I forget that? All right, as long as we don't run out of ammo, this is a guaranteed kill. Paladin shield, awesome. I wasn't after any particular weapon from the dungeon. I was kind of just surviving and seeing what I would get. Oh, and also Shadow Beam Staff, that's pretty good. As I stated, I died more and more, but also got better and better loot. Wispy in a bottle. And I ended up settling on the Paladin's Hammer. Paladin's Hammer. Then I go to fight this event again. And still, we don't die, but we lose. Hello again. So I basically have no choice but to visit my scamming goblin again and reforge my accessories. The defense wasn't required, clearly, so I decided to switch to damage enchants. I just went for lucky on most of my stuff, but he did kind of run my pockets dry at one point. But then I go back to do this event for a third, fifth time or something like that, and we actually beat it. We completed it. Okay, let's go. So now that we know we can actually beat it, the last step to do is to beat Golem to fully upgrade the event, and then fight it for one last time and kill Betsy. Well, one last thing, guys. The event ended up being a lot harder than I thought. It got upgraded quite a bit, and I actually lost on wave 2. Yo, I'm being overrun on wave 2, bro. Hey! So what I ended up doing is making the Terror Blade. A solar eclipse had happened when I was practicing this event, so it was a perfect time to get the hero sword I needed. Hey, broken hero sword. So I made that bad boy up. I also made turtle armor, and then turned it into beetle armor. And now I'm gonna go fight Betsy and free our world. Or something like that. And also, by the way, I think most people usually fight this event with post-Moonlord gear. So what we're doing actually might be harder than just playing the game normally. But anyways, let's find out. And if I complete this, then our world is finished. And then we're going to stack them on one side only. By the way, this Terror Blade is absolutely insane. Alright, wave 1 over instantly. I didn't even have to move, basically. Alright, we got some stronger enemies coming now. Dude, my speed is crazy. Dark Mage, and they're dead. Okay. Is there another one, though? Yeah, there is. This side, I'm guessing. Nope, same side. Another Dark Mage? Really? I can kill these guys, but I don't know. Like, if their numbers keep increasing, I might be screwed a bit. And Ogre spawns this wave, so we gotta take that dude out quick. Here he is. When you get close, max damage. Oh no, he hit me with that slowness. Another ogre? Alright, I'm gonna get really close. Dash away. Very close again. He hit me with that stupid thing again. Alright, both ogres down. I don't think there's any more. I don't know if Betsy comes this wave or the next. I kind of forget, honestly. Alright, wave complete. That means this next wave is Betsy 100%. Like 100%.
Fight.
Oh, she's here already. Oh no, dude, what if she like just goes for the crystal? Wait, I need to fight her while she's up top. Yeah, go for me. She's taking a lot of damage. I need to get close. Alright, she's half HP already. With my crystal. I think we got it. Oh, I'm half HP though. I'm low, I'm low. Oh my gosh. I can't go near her. What the hell? Dash. Magic carpet. We got her. We beat it. Oh, wait.